What's going on, everybody? I'm Sha. This is the Dollar Tree. Shout out to all the new subscribers. Yes, timestamps are in the description. You know how this goes. All right. In this video, I am going to finally cover XYO and PiCoin. All right. Also, we have to take a look at that Chainlink chart and give an update on that because it came down to that lower trend line like we discussed. So let's see where we are at price and entry and go from there. Okay. Another thing that I want to say is we're probably going to have to do a critical update on Algorand as well. Not go over the charts entirely, but just the most recent thing that was discussed on the previous Algorand video, and see where we are with that, because I guess, you know, at this point in time, it looks to be like we're in the crossroads. Okay. Now, talking to the channel, you know, let's talk about some channel stuff real quick. Once again, round of applause for us reaching over 500 subscribers. Much appreciated for you guys for that. Let me see what else we got going on. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna go back once the new year starts. We're gonna go back to the 4 to 5 videos a week. Right now, of course, we are winding down toward the end of the year. So a lot of things are going on, work related and personal related. So just to give you guys an update on that, why it's been pretty much like one video every 2 or 3 days, we will be reverting back to that at the start of the new year, back to the 4 to 5 videos a week. Okay. Now, also another thing I want to discuss is, you guys, let me know in the comment section, right? I'm curious as to this. What do you think is the best segment on this channel right now, right? Is it the format as well? Is it the charts, going over the charts, giving entries? Is it the beginning or going over coins and then going over the charts? Or is it just me mixing it up a little bit? Just let me know, what is your favorite segment if you can, on Instagram or down in the comment section. Let us know what your favorite segment is on the channel. I'm trying to gauge what are the most popular segments on this channel so we can expand on that and grow the channel. All right, let's get to PiCoin, because I don't think a lot of people are going to like what's about to happen here when it comes to PiCoin. So I've got my trusty phone here, and I'm going to go over, okay, full disclosure, I knew about PiCoin for a while. A young guy came to me, young guy, somebody I know came to me and was like, hey, have you heard of PiCoin? You can mine it on your phone. It's, you know, airdrops and tokens and everything like that. And the first thing I thought of was, that sounds good. What does it do? Like, what hole is it going to fill in the industry? Or what new pavement, what new roads are going to be built behind this cryptocurrency? And of course, you know, that's something that he wasn't necessarily expecting me to say. But I knew about it for a while. And for it to be probably about, I'd say, maybe 8 months since I've heard of it and looked at it, they haven't really made much progress. So the first thing I want to say is, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you, no. Okay. PiCoin is a great idea if it was 2010. If it was 2010, okay, all right, I'm being extra. Okay, you got it. Fair enough. PiCoin would be a good idea if it was 2015, 16, you know, somewhere around there, when blockchain was really starting to like dig its claws in and get the footing. But now in 2020, with all the regulations and the new coins that's coming out, actually, you know, oracles and different like that, actually filling the gaps in crypto and, you know, just building up and filling the needs, coming to the forefront for the needs of cryptocurrency and blockchain in regards to its development and growth. So PiCoin, let's go over this. Enough. The first digital currency you can mine on your phone. Start earning cryptocurrency today with our free Energy Light mobile app. Now, A novice in cryptocurrency would think of this as, oh yeah, I could just mine this and it'll be worth money and it's a great investment. But no. Remember what I told you guys about the criteria. I came up with that criteria for a reason. We are in a different stage in cryptocurrency right now. This stage that we're in, it's a you must do your due diligence and research on coins in cryptocurrency. There are over 7,000 cryptocurrencies today. 7,000. Keep that in mind because 7,000 cryptocurrencies aren't going to go to the moon. All right. It's not that type of party at this moment, especially when they came out the gate blazing super high prices. No. All right. But here's another thing I'm going to put up on the screen to make you guys aware of to read. Many people believe that PiCoin will never be worth anything. I might be one of those people. The use case of the currency is brought into question often in the in-app chat. See, even the people who've been on it for a while, watching other cryptocurrencies thrive, and this cryptocurrency not listed on any major exchange, low market cap of like 3 million or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna put it up on the screen here for you guys of what I found. A lot of people are gonna start really questioning it at that point. But I'll continue. I speculated on the value of PiCoin, not me, just article on the screen, on the value of PiCoin further in this article. Well, as long as PiCoin eventually hits mainnet and become a true cryptocurrency, it will have value. January 16th, 2020. I vehemently, however you want to enunciate it, I disagree. I disagree. Being able to just mine a coin, that doesn't necessarily give it a use case. See, there's a thing called first movers advantage. If you were doing this in the early stages of crypto, and you built upon that as time went on in crypto, that gives you first movers advantage. But I don't think anybody's really interested in just mining something just for the sake of saying it's a cryptocurrency. It has to have an actual use case and be backed by some form of value via product and or service. But that's my thoughts on PiCoin. It is not, and I firmly don't believe it's not gonna materialize into anything, even with the mainnet. I just don't think so. But XYO, now XYO is different. And to be honest with you, I particularly like XYO because XYO, based on what I read here on the white paper, mentions smart contracts and oracles, right? So I think the biggest key to XYO is its mention of geolocation, I guess, which adds to the validation or the validity of the smart contract transfers. Now, that is a great use case. That is something that definitely needed, right, for validation to help with that validation. However, I think they're gonna have to take it a little bit further than that. I hope that they don't stop there. Okay, XYO is much different. It's got a much larger market cap. I'm gonna put it here on the screen for you guys so you can see it. Much larger market cap, much more value, much more potential. XYO, I'm not going to say I'm sold on it to a point to where it's something that I'm itching to throw my money in once they reach a certain plateau. What I'm saying is they have a good basis in regards to the cryptocurrency and the overall company as far as what they're looking to accomplish. Now, accomplishing that geolocation and implementation and launching a mainnet will be very important for them going forward. And until all of those things are established, I'll just keep it over here on the side and say, all right, let me see what you can do with that and how you move forward with that. And then I'll make a decision from there. So XYO, I give it a half a thumbs up, not a full thumbs up. PiCoin, no, just no, just no. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and roll over to Chainlink. Chainlink, see, I expected Chainlink to move with Bitcoin. And of course, it's crypto. So what you can expect and what you see on the charts, you know, it's going to do whatever it wants to do. Trying to equate market psychology to the charts is one of the most difficult tasks when it comes to cryptocurrency. But nonetheless, let's just take a look. Let's take a look at Chainlink and give that critical update on Algorand. All right. Here we go. Yes. Weekly chart. Chainlink. Let's get this started. Okay. Now, previously, before we continue, I want to put something on the screen. I'm going to put on the screen the last update on Chainlink where I pointed out where this price will potentially go with a pullback. It was more likely to pull back when I made that video than go higher, which is why I said what I said. Okay, that's what we got. You're welcome. Subscribe to the channel. Yes. Now, now that it's come down to the lower trend line and bounced, what I want to see from Chainlink is a substantial move higher. Now, again, like I stated, I expected Chainlink to move higher with Bitcoin. That was not the case. So that tells me one thing only. That tells me that Chainlink, and even based on what I'm going to show you later on in this segment, that there's more downward pressure than upward pressure on Chainlink. Okay, so that's not a good sign. That's what that's telling me. Okay, weekly chart, nothing out of the ordinary, pretty much the same as before, minus more candles within this rising broadening wedge. Okay, so if there's a major dump in the market, especially with Chainlink having downward pressure, you're still bearish. That's why I said what I said about being patient with the market and understand basic technical analysis. But if you're watching this channel, we're going to follow along accordingly. Okay, so that's the weekly chart. Let's move down to the daily chart. Now, here on the daily, I'm gonna tell you something. You're not really gonna see much here on the daily, but one thing that I do want to point out on the daily is that you've got like this price action. This price action is very, very weak. All right, you've got no volume coming into the market, and you've got selling volume that seems to be building up down here on the volume. Let me see if I could draw it here for you guys. You got more selling volume down here on the volume building up. I'm gonna put a circle around it here. Than you do for building bullish volume. So that's also not a good sign. Something that I want to point out on the daily. And why the daily? Because the daily is a much larger time frame. You know, no day trading over here, right? We're investing accordingly. Now, the way that I originally had this drawn, when it slightly broke out of this rising wedge and then came back into the rising wedge, you would have thought that if that was a valid break outward, it would have continued further to the downside, but it did not, which is why I redrew it as a broadening wedge. Okay, still rising except broadening, meaning it's spreading out as it goes up. All right, that's basically what that means. You can see that it's a widening gap at the end, because it's broadening as it rises. Okay, let's go down to the 12-hour. Let's see what we can get from the 12-hour. All right, so on the 12-hour, the one thing that stands out to me is, okay, you got two touches at this line where the price action is, where this small yellow circle is. Let me get rid of this this volume eclipse here. Okay, there you go. You guys didn't see it, but this is what. Okay, anyway, you got two touches here. You got one where this first circle is, and let me draw the second circle for you guys and show you where the second touch is. Give me 1 second. All right, it's on the screen for you guys right now. Okay, so these are your two touches, once again validating this line. Okay, so with this line validated, this is basically telling me that it's legit, it's being respected. Okay, now oh, I don't like that. Let me change that. All right, so you got the two touches. You got the oval and you got the circle respecting this line. Another thing that stands out to me is on the 12-hour, you got bearish momentum down here at the bottom where this grayish white circle is on the MACD histogram. This is the MACD histogram, and it is broken to the downside. All right, it is crossed. The blue line has crossed below the red line. So that is showing you that there is a, listen, this needs to turn around because if you break out of this, you are going to go down, down, down. All right. But anyway, I'll get to that later on in the video. Let's go down to the 8 hour and let's see what we can muster up on the 8 hour. Once again, on the 8 hour, still bearish momentum that is built on the MACD histogram at the bottom. Same thing. You know, when you kind of went bullish on Link, when the price started to recover from that first touch of this line, you didn't get a lot of price action to get that price up high above $14. It's looking like now, just based on this alone, let me draw this line for you guys. Give me 1 second. Okay, here we go. This line that I've drawn, you can look to the right, blue box, $14.61. That's looking like resistance right now for you. You've been rejected up right there at that area twice now. By the price action has not been able to break above there since it broke below. That is an issue. Now, let me see. Actually, I might be able to draw something else. Give me a second. You know what? Never mind. I'm just going to tell you this. I'm going to extend this upper trend line for you guys, and I'm going to show you right now what is the potential. The price action, now that that line is extended, the price action may potentially get squeezed in here. Now, if this is going to continuously be bearish, that squeeze is pretty much a squeeze that's going to push the price to the downside. Especially with bearish momentum built up. Now, if the bearish momentum has peaked, it may, in the short term, head to the upper trend line. Excuse me, not upper trend line. Head to this upper line that I've drawn at 1460. Okay, so keep that in mind. If you're holding Link, or if you've gotten into Link in some of those positions, from what I've stated in the previous Link update. All right, and just to top it off, down here in the 4 hour, same situation, nothing changes. Okay, so if this price decides to break to the downside, you would expect it to break the full length of the beginning of this wedge. Let's go back up to the 12 hour real quick to finish this off, and zoom out. Okay, so back here on the 12 hour, this is what I'll tell you. All right, here we go. This is what I got for you. Now, if this price breaks to the downside, as you can see, look to the red, blue box stretched out. If it breaks down, your target is $8.33. That's what you got. How did I get this? Okay, technical analysis, you draw, you measure the distance from the beginning of your pattern, from the bottom to the top, and I will show you. Let me do this screenshot, and I'm going to move this line that I've drawn to show you the $8.33 to the beginning of this rising wedge. All right, there you go. Boom. Okay. Same distance, and that is how I got the target. Now, let's just say it continues in this rising wedge, and it breaks out a little further up. Then, of course, your target is not going to be $8. It's going to be slightly higher, and it's going to be difficult to determine that. So right now we just want to leave it here where it's at and see if it will break out at this point and continue lower, or it will stay in this range and stay above this trend line, this lower trend line of this rising wedge. If it stays in this range, then it more than likely will not break down to $8.33. Okay, real quick, 12-hour chart, Algorand update. You cannot, for some odd reason, break and hold above that critical 35.97. All right, I got it here on the screen for you guys. Look at the blue box to the right. This is from the last update, and the price is currently being held at the heart line of this range, from the bottom white line to the top green line. It is being held there. If you break to the downside of that, you're going back down to our major support at 26.5 or 20. What is this down here? Let me put it on the screen for you guys. 26.74. You can see the price highlighted to the right in the blue box. All right. Now, before it was nothing but a bearish case scenario being built. Now, it seems to be that bearish case scenario, due to loss of momentum, was not able to get it above that 36 cent and hold as well. Hold is the important aspect of it. So this is what we're looking at now with Algorand. More potential downside or sideways action up until you can get more momentum to hope in hopes of breaking that. It is still above that 26 line, so we're still in profits and above accumulation, the accumulation line. All right, the zoning line that we've created for this setup. All right, so that's pretty much what I wanted to give you guys on Algorand as a quick update. All these lines are still valid and in play. Let me give you my final thoughts. Chainlink and Algorand currently looking bearish, but nonetheless, that is a part of the game. When you're trying to build momentum to move higher in price, sometimes you need to clean out all the sellers first. All right, especially at those, those major resistance lines. But I expect some, of course, recovery from Chainlink as well as recovery from Algorand. As long as we continue in this this bullish cycle, heading toward the tail end of this bullish cycle, you should still see some price action to the upside. As long as we don't have any major dumps in the market, you are still safe. And even with a major dump, of course, our setup is pretty neutral as far as the zoning to withhold that drop. Still in profits at the moment. Now, as far as Link already put in multiple all-time high run-ups. So if it's running out of steam at this point, that could be a sign that it has pretty much ran its course for its cycle. That's a premature idea or premature statement to make, but either way, we must consider all the variables and not just go on investing for hopes. But anyway, that's it. Appreciate everybody for watching. Sorry it took so long to get the video out. I hope you guys enjoy the update. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, yes, I did not forget about coming up. Of course, we got DAO and its suite of products. Yes, DSLA protocol, which I'm aware of. Yes, I'm aware of these things. And what else we got going on? I think that's pretty much it. I think I have paid all my debt. Well, not quite. I still got to do the DSLA, the DuckDAO.io, the DAO products. I still have to do those things. But nonetheless, still keep them coming for us, please. You can let us know in the comment section or on Instagram at TheDollarTree. I'm Shy. This is The Dollar Tree. And I will see you guys in the next video.